police have issued a call for business operators in and around downtown Kingston to put in place more safety measures when using heavy-duty trucks or vehicles in areas where a large number of persons are forced to travel on a daily basis. The calls from the Jamaica Constabulary Force comes less than 24 after a container toppled off the back of a truck and crashed onto a sidewalk on Princess Street, an area located in the busy downtown commercial hub. At least 3 persons were injured but not seriously, police said. Too often we hear about business operators carrying out construction or using heavy-duty trucks to offload goods, and there are no safety measures in place to protect vendors or other members of the public who do business in these areas. Howard Chambers, superintendent in charge of the West Kingston Police Division, told Loop News. The policeman said, not only was the practice of not creating sterile zones a breach, but it was also a dangerous act that could lead to massive injury or loss of life. Reports are that about 6 p.m. on Friday, a truck driver parked close to sidewalk to unpack items for a wholesale when the container on the back of the truck overturned close to where a large number of vendors were gathered. The incident, that triggered shock and widespread chaos, left at least 3 persons injured as the large metal structure smashed into the ground, almost pinning a group of men, who were sitting close to the area, into a wall. Jesus have mercy, look how the 3 youth who sit down on the sidewalk, where the container turned over, could have lost their lives, dear Lord, said Sharon Williams, a woman who said she was walking past the area when she heard a loud explosion. Williams said when she looked around she saw the container going over and saw people running and screaming. When me see it, me say the end of the world, or now me cannot believe, this is like a miracle. When me hear say no one was killed in the incident, said the woman, who had gone downtown to purchase items. Howard Graham, another male who claimed he was an eyewitness, told Loop News that he almost fainted when he saw the container going over and realized that a group of men was sitting close to the area. A skill the youth them skill why them no dead, said a frightened-looking Graham. The container a turn over and me hear a man shout out, look out, to press the man them have to press up against the wall fire escape. All now one of the youth them can talk to the way him frighten, said Graham. One woman, who was close to where the vendor stood, was heard shouting out her son's name and holding her head. Jesus Christ, way me Sunday, him just stand up right here so, screamed the woman. A group of men who heard the distress call of the mother rushed to the scene and were observed desperately trying to peer under the container to see if anyone was trapped under the metal structure. The anxious wait of the frightened group members would last close to 2 hours as wholesale operators had to use a group of men to unpack goods in the container and then acquire the service of a crane to lift the container. There was a collected sigh of relief as further checks were made, and no one was found under the container. After the incident, one woman used the opportunity to call on vendors and other members of the public to repent and turn their lives to God. God is calling the people of Jamaica to repent. Imagine, even before their eyes he is working miracles and people still not turning to him. Everybody saying it is a miracle why so many people were spared, but no one has stopped to give God thanks, said the preaching woman.